3 words missing for today. Hopefully those children at home, welcome. You've done all the questions beforehand. So let's have a look at our words for today. Lily, give me a word.
Greater than.
Greater than. Where's that one?
It's beneath less than.
It's beneath less than, right at the bottom. Yeah, good girl. Well done. Freya?
Is it bar graph or something?
Bar graph. Chart. Good. Where's bar chart?
At the top.
Nice. There's one more missing. One more missing. Casca?
Oh no, I'm trying to think. Mini one. No,
That's on our last one.
Oh, man.
You know what day it is? I can't remember.
Is it subtraction?
Not subtraction. No, that was on our last one as well. Table. Literally right in front of you. Not the same thing, but literally right in front of you. Okay. We'll remember that one for tomorrow. Okay. Well, today I've got our learning objective to solve problems using graphs and charts. What's the 2 mean again? What do I put it in 2? Why have I put that little 2 in brackets at the end? Ellie Mae? Because this is our Freya.
This is our second time.
Yeah, we're going to do it our second time we're looking at this specific thing. Okay? Because yesterday we did it. It was a little bit difficult yesterday. Hopefully today, if we do it again, should become a bit easier. And it's the same for those children at home as well. Now, on your whiteboards, those children in class, I want you to have a go at these questions here. Okay? They start nice and easy, but they do get a little bit harder as we go through as well. Okay? What's this type of chart called again? What's this type of chart called again? Daisy?
Is it called, I think it might be pictogram.
Pictogram. Good. Nice. And one of my circles, one of my green dots or my green circles, how many toys does that represent?
2.
Daisy? 2, yeah. Each one represents 2. Okay, so those children at home, you have a go at this. Come back and have a look at the answers in just a moment. So let's go through that first question then. How many more lions are there compared to dogs? Well, in that question, what's the clue to tell me what operation I need to do? What's the clue in that question that tells me what operation I need to use? Ellie Mae? What word is the clue to tell me? Compared. What does when we see compared, what do we usually need to do? Not add. Daisy? We need to subtract. Good stuff. Yeah. When we see that compared, it's mainly we need to focus on taking away, subtracting. Good. Well, how many lions did I have? If each dot represents 2, how many lions were there? How many lion toys were there? Ella?
14.
There were 14. And I've got to take away dogs. How many dogs were there? How many dog toys were there? Ellie Mae? There were 6. Well, 14 take away 6. Well, I can't do 4 take away 6. I've got 14 take away 6. If I count backwards again. Ella? Someone help out Ella. What was the answer to question A? Daisy?
Is it 8?
8.
Yay!
Yeah. That's all it is. Just remember that word compared means taking away, subtracting. Okay? Don't get confused by it. Don't think you're adding for that. Now this one also has the word compared in for question B, but it's not until later that we need to start doing that. Before I need to do some other things. So we've had to change our question. No, that one's right there. Obviously it must have been typed in wrong in the first place. Don't know what. How many more lions and dogs are there compared to cats and owls? Well, this is similar to the question I did yesterday, isn't it? Where we had our year 3s and 4s and our year 5s and 6s. So, firstly, I need to find out how many lions and dog toys there are first of all. So, what have I got to do this time? How many lions did I have? Freya?
14.
I have my 14 lions. How many dogs did I have, Daisy? Got 6 dogs. What's 14 add 6, please? Nice number bond, so it's an easy answer, this one. Daisy?
14 and 6 is 20.
Okay, well, this time I'm going to add cats and owls together. So, how many cat toys did I have? Ella?
3.
I've got 3 cat toys. How many owl toys did I have? Leo? 11. Or 3 add 11, or 11 add 3, Jacob is? 14. Okay. So I found out how many of the lion and dog toys I've got. I found out how many cat and owl toys I've got. Well, what's the next part I've got to do for this compared part? Because I want to find out how many more lion and dog toys I've got. So what have I got to do next? Casca, what have I got to do next?
You've got to take away 14 from 20.
I've got to do 20 take away 14, because that's my comparing part, isn't it? And I've written it down here ready to go. So 20 take away 14. Well, let's do it then. 0 take away 4. Can I do that? No, so I've got to exchange across. 10 take away 4 is 6.
1 take away 1 is 0.
1 take away 1 is 0. What's my answer?
6.
6. How many more lion and dog toys have I got?
6.
I've got 6 more lion and dog toys. Good. Well, this one's a little bit harder, this. We haven't done these questions yet for these ones, so they are a little bit harder. Because it said, if a soft cat toy costs £5, so you've got to pay £5 for it, how much money did year 3 make? Well, this is a very hard question. It's one of our hardest ones. All I want to know is what I'm asking is if year 3 sold all of the cat toys, and they sold each one for £5, how much money would they make? Well, how many cat toys did they have?
3.
Sorry, I've got people not looking forward. You're just fiddling around in the trays there. How many cat toys did we have, Lily? We had 3. Good. And I sold each one for £5. Well,
15.
what could I do, Jacob? What multiplication? What sum could I do?
3 times 5. 15.
Equals
15.
15. That's all I'm looking for. All I was asking you to do was just work out how many cat toys there were.
That was easy. That was easy.
Really easy, isn't it? It looked hard, but it's actually quite easy. Okay, so 3 times 5, £15. They would have made £15 from selling all of those cat toys. Okay, well, I've got some different questions here. Now, before I ask you, and I'll do it for those children at home as well, before I ask you to go off and start answering these questions in books or on pieces of paper, I've got 2 different graphs and charts here. I've got my pictograph and I've got my bar chart. Okay. Now, they're both not exactly the same. They're both not exactly the same. Because this one says the number of marbles won in December. Okay. Whereas this one says number of marbles won in May. Okay. So are they exactly the same? No, because this one's about December, this one's about May. And you've got to be very careful because some of these questions are worded specifically for either one or both of them at the same time. Okay, so we're going to have to be very careful with our working out for this one. Okay, those children at home, you can come back and find out the answers in a moment, but have a go yourselves. Okay, so we're going to go through our answers now. We're going to go through those questions, go through the answers. So, some of these are quite simple questions, some of them are quite hard, and they do take a little bit of working out to get there as well. So, for this one, I want to know how many marbles did... Oh, actually, we did something before we started doing our questions. What did we do in class that I think those children at home would find helpful as well? What did we do before we started answering the questions? Freya?
We put, so in December,
Yeah.
next to the marbles, we did how many Tom had
Yeah.
and how many Alice had and put the number next to it.
Yeah,
so when we come to it, we won't have to count it all the time.
Yeah, good, yeah. So one thing I'd suggest is you write the totals for each row or each bar next to them, so you don't have to keep finding them out and trying to remember them every single time. So Tom was 2 marbles, well, 1 marble, 6. So how many did Tom have? Freya?
12.
Tom had 12. You'd won 12 games. Alice had won. Days, how many did Alice win?
Alice won.
Not 18, no, it was more than 18 because there was that half of one there as well. So it was 6, 12, 18 and there was a half there. Daisy?
20.
Yeah, 21. Good. Otis had won how many, Casca?
Otis had won 15.
15. Gracie had won
9.
Good. Okay. So let's have a look at our first question then. How many marbles did Alice win in December and May all together? How many did Alice win in December and May all together? What did I have to do for this problem? What did I have to do to work it out? Only Freya with her hand up. Freya.
You had to see how many May had in December.
Yep.
And see how many Alice had in May. And
Yep.
then add them together.
Good, yes. So what I had to do was work out how many games Alice had won in December. So she had won 21. And I've got to add it, because it's that all together, which means we're adding, add together how many she had won in May, which was 14. So we add those two together. What's my answer? Leo?
35.
35. Altogether she had won 35. Good. All these next 2 ones, I like these sorts of questions because they're really easy. It's just having to look at the charts or look at the graph and find out which one or who has won the most. So who won the most marble games in December? Who did you write down? Alice. Yeah, it was Alice, wasn't it? We can see she's got the most. Yeah, 12, 15, 9. Well, 21 is clearly the most there. Good. Well, the next question is, who won the most marble games in May? Who won the most marbles in May? Daisy?
Gracie.
Yeah, Gracie, we can see because her bar's the biggest, can't we? So we know straight away, without even looking at the numbers, we can see her bar is the biggest. Gracie won the most in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The market.
Well, this one for D is a little bit harder. Casca, what did we have to do for D?
We had to add Tom and Gracie's in May both together and Alice and Otis together.
Yep, so we had to do that first of all. So I had to do Tom add Gracie. Well, Tom's got 16. Gracie had 122. What was 16 add 22? Jacob?
38.
38. And then we had Alice and Otis. So Alice had won 14. Otis had won. Who can tell me what Otis had won?
18.
At 18, good. How much is that? 14 add 18? 32.
Yes.
And then I had to do this bit here where I was comparing. What did I have to do for that last step now? Because I know how many games Tom and Gracie had won. I know how many games Alice and Otis had won. What was my final step to compare them, to find out how many more games Tom and Gracie had won?
You have to do 38, take away 37.
Yeah, I had to do 38, take away 32.
And it's 8.
Oh, not 8. You've done a little bit too much there, Jacob. Just double check that answer.
What? 7.
Not 7. Double check your answer, Freya. Daisy.
6.
The answer is 6.
Because otherwise you've got you to take it.
The answer is 6.
She had 6.
Yeah. So we know that Tom and Gracie, just waiting, we know that Tom and Gracie together had won 6 more games than Alice and Otis. Good. For my last question, I'm not going to go through this one. I won't do it on the board because it is a very long question. But I will explain it. All I was asking you to do for the last one was who won the most marble games altogether. Well, what you needed to do for this one, was just go through each person and add the 2 months together. So, for example, for Tom, I would have to do 12, add 16 to find out his total. Then I did the same with Alice, so I'd have to do 21, add 14 and find out her total. And then once I've done that, I would find out who had won the most games. Did anyone in class solve that one?
Me.
Freya?
I think it was Otis.
You think it was Otis? How many did you have for Otis?
I'm not sure if this is right because, well, because he had
15 on...
15 on December,
Yeah.
and 18 on May, and then 1 and 1 is 2, and then 5 and 8 is 13. So I thought it was 213.
No, not 213. You need to check your working out there. That's a little bit too much there, Freya.
Yes.
Daisy?
I think it might be Alice because
Yeah.
she got 21 in December and 14 in May.
Yep. Do we agree with Alice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Alice
Yeah.
as well. I do believe it is
Yes.
Alice.
That
with
was
the
a tick
most.
as well.
How many did Alice win? Well, if we did 21, we added the 14.
36. Yeah.
Just need to check your adding there, Jacob. 35.
Yeah.
Okay. Double check.
Yeah, I think that.
But yeah, you needed to go through and find out. Alice was our total. Thank you to those children at home for watching and making sure they're taking part as well. And that's the end of our lesson for today.